What is bioethics? As the word suggests, bioethics is made up of the words bios and ethics. Bios means life, while ethics is a branch of philosophy that studies the values and repercussions of human actions. There are complex questions in life that are difficult to answer, and there is often no straightforward right or good answer. Having said that, bioethics is the study of ethical, social, and legal issues emerging from advances in biomedical research and medicine. With the rapid technological advancement and more medical data being collected during the COVID-19 pandemic, ethical questions will arise in the relationships among life sciences, biotechnology, medicine, and medical ethics. And it doesn't just affect the biomedical field, but also politics, law, theology, and philosophy. Put it simply, bioethics acts as a framework that enables us to think through the issues and guide us into making practical and reasonable decisions on conflicting moral issues relating to biomedical advancements. Now that you have a basic understanding of what bioethics is, you're probably wondering, what does bioethics have to do with me? To answer that, let's take a look at how bioethics impacts our daily lives. The most recent example is the COVID-19 vaccination. Should individuals, where clinically appropriate, be mandated to be vaccinated during a pandemic, or should they have the right to decide for themselves? Who should receive the COVID-19 vaccines first when there are limited supplies? Should the vaccination program focus on the elderly and people with serious medical conditions, or on healthcare and essential workers who have borne the greatest risk of infection? This is where public health ethics applies to all of us. It helps guide practical decisions affecting population health based on scientific evidence and accepted values. And in this case, it helps to ensure appropriate decision-making, such as the adoption of mass vaccinations during the COVID-19 pandemic. In a world where the line between medical advancement and ethics are blurred, medical or healthcare ethics addresses issues such as patient confidentiality, informed consent, and conflicts of interest in healthcare. Take, for example, in vitro fertilization, or more commonly known as IVF. The procedure is to assist with the conception of a child through fertilization of an embryo outside of the body and transferring to a uterus. When sperm or egg is donated, the ethical issue would be to balance the right of the donor with the privacy and the right of the children to know their parents, especially in situations where the donors do not wish to be identified. The other issue arises in the moral status of embryos as it relates to their creation, selection, and even disposal. In 2019, a Chinese researcher who produced genetically altered designer babies in an unethical manner without proper scientific oversight was found guilty and sentenced to jail. There are growing concerns over the use of genetic and personal data for medical research, therapy, and personalized medicine, and this calls for strong protection against data misuse through a robust biomedical research ethics governance framework. Biomedical research and life sciences ethics applies to issues arising around the potential risks versus anticipated benefit, the impact from the manipulation of behavior, human-robot interactions, and the future development of humanity. For instance, gene editing techniques may have tremendous benefits but can also be abused, compromising the safety, rights, and welfare of society, individuals, and future generations. So, with bioethics impacting our lives more than we think, there has never been a greater need for us to understand it than now. However, bioethics covers a wide and complex range of issues, and it can be overwhelming even for our smartest minds. That is why the Bioethics Advisory Committee, or BAC, was established by the Singapore Cabinet in the year 2000. The BAC examines the ethical, legal, and social issues arising from current and upcoming biomedical research. The committee currently comprises 14 members from diverse backgrounds such as law, biomedical research, medicine, philosophy, sociology, education, as well as representatives from religious groups and the media. This enables the BAC to extensively deliberate on ethical considerations from various perspectives. BAC also has an international panel of experts to advise the committee on its current work topics and keep them up to date on the latest international developments in medicine, science, and bioethics. The BAC has also been working closely with international partners such as the WHO, UNESCO's International Bioethics Committee, and Intergovernmental Bioethics Committee. and local partners such as the National Medical Ethics Committee to advance biomedical research ethics, taking into consideration the evolving scientific evidence and bioethical deliberations. This ensures that the BAC's recommendations are on par with international best practices, and Singapore conducts human biomedical research with high ethical standards. Most importantly, the BAC recommends policies to the government on human biomedical research ethics with the aim of protecting the rights and welfare of individuals while encouraging the biomedical sciences in Singapore to develop and realize their fullest potential for the benefit of humankind.